Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Mon Valley Fisherman Podcast. And I kind of just wanted to bring you guys a video because of everything that's going on. And I also want to spread awareness and also want to lighten you guys up a little bit too and talk some fishing. So I know everything right now is kind of scary, probably for some Ians, like for me, for instance. At first, it wasn't a big deal, and now it feels like this is something that we should all take seriously, you guys. Don't think of anything politically right now. Don't think of any of that. I want you guys to get your minds right and just focus on keeping your family safe, being healthy, washing your hands, coughing into your arm. You know, when you wash your hands up to 20 seconds, make sure you guys keep your distance also from large crowds. I know going into like Giant Eagles, Walmarts, places along those lines, like you guys have to keep your distance. If you guys want to truly end this whole hysteria that's going on and wrapped around this, we need to, you know, let's do our part. Everybody will be fine. Everybody will be healthy. And if you do contract it, if you guys do get sick, I would like for you guys not to go straight to the emergency room. I want you guys to call the emergency room. That's the best thing to do right now. And that's what they're recommending. So we're not filling up hospitals and keeping, beds, taking up too many beds for when it really starts to hit people that have immune issues or something along those lines, or the guidelines that they have. Like, let's just follow everything, you guys, and it'll be okay. We'll be okay. This is going to be over eventually. I have a feeling once spring, like once this weather really breaks, you're not going to hear about it anymore. So I want you guys to just hold on. I know trout fishing's coming up, and just like me, I'm antsy and everything, but for right now, you guys, there's no sports, there's nothing. Nothing's going on. Everything is completely shut down and here in Pennsylvania. So, but I just want you guys to realize that this is going to pass, and this is not going to change anything whatsoever that happens on a normal day basis, other than maybe quarantining yourself and you guys just keeping your distance from large crowds. That's all I ask, and we're gonna get off of that. But I just want you guys to be safe. Number one, that's what I want. That's what I want for you guys to be. It's just safe. But let's talk about a little bit fishing. If you guys do not know who the West Newton Sportsman's Club Association is, I think you guys should really go to Joe's Tackle Unlimited. There's other places too. I'll leave a description. I'll leave a link down in the description below of all the places that you can go and buy a Stock the Yacht button for the West Newton Sportsman's Association. It's $10, and you guys, there's a lot of tags. I believe there's 50 tags. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, to be honest with you. But there is a lot of tags on these fish, and you guys have a chance to win in how many different things. So go and check that out. West Newton Sportsman's Club Association, if you guys are from Pennsylvania. Check them out. Go and buy a button. Go and fish. Hit the Yawk. Have some fun. All right? That's I mean, they put in brown trout, palominos, golden rainbows, I know. Um, Rainbows, browns, golden palominos. So, I mean, and they're all, I think it said 12 to 18 inches. Like there's a few 18 inches in there, quite a bit of few 18 inches. So that'll be pretty cool. And I want you guys to go and realize that they're starting to stock. Private clubs are starting to stock. I don't know what the guidelines are going to be as to being outdoors and whatnot. Some state parks are closing and stuff like that. So just if you guys can go out and check it out and get some fishing in, and hopefully you guys will forget about the nonsense that's going on now. But yeah, smallmouth are going to be starting to bite. Walleye are already biting in the Allegheny. Um, Hybrid stripers are out there, and I want to give you guys this little secret I have for hybrid stripers, but I'm going to hold on to that, and we'll talk about it at a later date once we get with someone that really targets them a lot. And yes, in the future, guys, we will have guests, and we will have. I did say that I wanted to have Marty Pellegrini on, Ryan Downer, a few other people that I have in mind also. So that'll be really cool. Yeah. Smallmouth, man, I can't wait to get a hold of a smallmouth. To be honest with you guys, through this winter, Marty and I literally chase after trout every single weekend. And I'm just craving a largemouth and smallmouth bite for right now. I mean, once they stock like regularly and we're able to go and do some stuff, but I think I'm gonna really target some river fish this upcoming weekend, or I don't know with what's gonna go on with my work or whatnot for right now. So as far as I know, I'm going to work tomorrow. They just called non-essential businesses to close down and whatnot. So we don't really know what's absolutely happening as of right now, and it's kind of unbelievable. But we'll be we'll be going to work tomorrow and see if we're able to work, and if not, then I might head out fishing somewhere locally, or go and find some new water, or go to a lake that I haven't been to for a while and see if I can get a hold of some of this early fishing. Because when they're this early, they are fat and they are chunky monkey. So I'm hoping I can get into some largemouth. And actually, I'll talk about this. In smaller bodies of water, you guys, it's going to warm up faster, and especially with the nice days that we've been having. I believe there's going to be some warmer rain coming in, warmer than what the past couple days have been. So that'll be good. That'll start to push the fish in, get their metabolism moving, a little bit of warmer water, you know. You guys will start to notice that some of these fish are moving from their wintering holes and starting to push up. But yeah, focus if you guys are going to want to go after bass or anything along those lines, like bass, largemouth, and bluegill and crappie. I'd suggest finding some smaller bodies of water right now. I could bet you if you go and spend some time at a local reservoir right now, they might be there too. So the crappie, especially the crappie and bluegill, if you guys like to do your crappie and bluegill fishing. I know of a lake that I fish that it's one of my favorite lakes that you guys have seen me throw some swim jigs and frogging and stuff like that. That's my favorite lake, and I'm contemplating whether to go up there because it's like 5 degrees chillier, but I don't know. We'll look in, and if you guys are wondering if this place that you guys are going to has been having good weather, search up the last 5 days, and see what the weather's been in that place that you'd like to go and fish. The last 5 days will dictate whether you want to go and take a whack at it, or if you're just getting antsy because of everything that's going on, you need to get out there. Go out and go, but just check out the last 5 days, and it'll sort of tell you what you need to do. Like if the past like 3 out of those 5 days have been like mild weather, like 50 to 60 degree weather, like we had there for a while, on that fourth and fifth day where it's somewhat staying the same thing, but it's not, it's a little bit chillier, those fourth and fifth days are going to be your key days, if you're looking for that key bite. And the thing about it is also, guys, these smaller lakes around here are gonna give you a better chance. For one, faster, they're smaller lakes, so their water is warming up a little bit faster than bigger bodies of water. Two, you have a better chance. And these fish, when you catch a largemouth this time of the year, and if you put in the time, you can find a mega giant throughout the whole entire year. You can find one, like you put in the time. It just depends if the fish want to bite or not. But yeah, largemouth and smallmouth. See, smallmouth like colder water, and largemouth do not. Largemouth get sluggish in colder water, and especially when it's super super hot. Smallmouth like to stay in the cooler water. Like I want to say probably 48 degrees and up. They're very catchable. Water temperature. They're very catchable, especially like in the 50s. When that water temperature hits 50s, oh my God, you just better be throwing your stinking arms off out there. That's what I need for you guys to do, is to focus on this fishing season and get ready for this fishing season. And if you are wanting to catch more and bigger fish, I can't reiterate this enough. Do your research. Mark Zona says a lot too, to keep an eye on the weather and fish the weather. And I've noticed that a lot when it comes to bass fishing and whatnot growing up. and certain things happen when certain conditions that you're provided with and the certain lures that you use could really dictate whether if you have a good day on the water or do not. Yes, I like to keep it simple and know, like, have like a 5 or so baits that I know that they're going to bite on. But there's going to be those days, guys, where you have that junk fishing and you are not going to figure out what they are biting specifically on. You're going to catch one off a Senko, then you're going to take that off and you're going to catch one off of a frog, and you take that off, then you're going to catch one off a jig. It's just nothing, like, there's nothing that's going to be consistent some days. It's one of those slow moving days where you have to really finesse them to bite, or you're just not going to get bit. I mean, there's the professionals, guys. Look at Kevin Van Dam. Look at Kevin Van Dam. Probably the greatest bass fisherman alive right now, and probably of all time. Just from the Bassmaster Classics to his non-conventional wins, the man puts in the time, and he knows what he's doing. But there are days where like a couple years ago, he didn't make the Classic. When have you ever heard Kevin Van Dam not making the Bassmaster Classic? That's what I'm saying. If fishing was so predictable, guys, we'd all be professionals. That's what makes fishing fishing, is finding out the small things that trigger the bite, or the small subtle hints that they're throwing at you but you're not listening. And what I mean by what they're throwing at you is sometimes the fish are exactly telling you what they want. You just have to pay attention. Like, let's say you make a cast and you're talking to your buddy and your lure hits the bottom and you know it's at the bottom, but you're continuing the conversation. But when you pick up and there's a fish on there, that's telling you to let that lure soak and sit in certain areas sometimes, or the specific color or the specific structure that you're throwing at. Think of everything, guys. And hatches also can dictate whether you have a good or bad bite. And it doesn't matter if it's trout to bass. I don't care what anybody says. When dragonflies really start popping up, and when certain bugs like mosquitoes are sitting on top of the water, certain things like that, like grasshoppers and stuff like that, that's when you know the topwater bite is on. And when you start seeing and watching the bait, and if you guys are wondering, like, what's in your body of water closest to you, you can go on Pennsylvania Fish Commission's website and find out what's in your local body of water. Just put in the time, guys. Right now, like, with everything going on and people quarantining themselves and whatnot, it'd be a good idea for you to go through your boxes, clean out all your boxes, create a box just for your confidence baits. I want you guys to go to that box every time you need a confidence bait, because you are best fishing your confidence bait, like your best confident bait. Can't reiterate that enough. Be confident when you're throwing your lures, and don't think that you're not going to catch anything. Be confident on every single cast. Picture in your mind what that lure or what's going under the water. If you think about it, if you were a fish, where you would be. Put yourself in their fins. But seriously, put yourself in their fins. If the sky is bright, no clouds, high sun, summer, these fish are going to be, or spring, these fish are going to be pushed up. They're going to be pushed up. Be up against a clear water. If it's clear water too, look for shade. Muddy water, they'll be up against anything, especially during pre-spawn. That's when you catch the big old sloppy girls. Smallmouth, I noticed when it's spring, like in April and May, that when that water comes up, I either throw crankbaits or spinner baits in muddy water. Puts off a lot of vibration. Those fish are hungry. They'll hit anything if you present it right. Pretty much any fish will hit anything if you present it right. Shit, Alex Perrick caught like a 5-pound smallmouth off of a piece of lettuce, AP bassing. Like, come on. Like, what do you need $10 worms for? Fish smallmouth. When you can use lettuce. But I hope this helped you guys out a little bit. If you want to comment down below, I will literally take all questions. It doesn't matter what it is either. It could be football, it could be baseball, it could be hockey, it could be anything. Let's just get a conversation started and let's all get through this together, guys. I love you. Stay safe. Be careful. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out the Mon Valley Fisherman on Facebook. Check out the Mon Valley Fisherman on Instagram. Check out the Mon Valley Fisherman on YouTube. This is the podcast, the Mon Valley Fisherman Podcast. If you haven't seen my first channel, I'd suggest that you do. It'd be if you're from around this area, or if you're looking for a different way of fishing, or maybe a different outlook on it. I want you guys to check me out. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the support that I've gotten the past few months, guys, without me being too consistent on my videos and catching and whatnot. So, yeah, love you guys. Be careful. Stay safe. Everything's going to be okay.